Hello everyone, welcome to Botany Optional channel for UPSC examination. In today's video, we are going to analyze the Indian Forest Service Mains Examinations Botany paper number 1. And with that, we will try to find out which type of answer is the most suitable for any question which is asked by the UPSC. Alright, so before starting the video, I request you to join the Telegram channel of the same name, that is Botany Optional for UPSC examination on the Telegram platform. There, we regularly upload the notes and video links of these channel so that you will not miss any update relating with the botany optional channel for UPSC examination. So let's start discussing the botany paper number 1. Now the first page of the question paper shows the specific instructions. Now these specific instructions are very important to read out because according to these instructions we have to solve this paper. So this is paper number 1 and the time allotted for this paper is an 3 hours and the maximum marks are 200. Now let us see the first instruction that there are 8 questions in all, out of which 5 has to be attempted. That is, there will be total of 8 questions, but we have to just attempt the 5 questions. So 3 questions are the optional. Alright. The question number 1 and the question number 5 are compulsory. That is, there are total 8 questions and the question number 1 and the question number 5 are of compulsory nature. That is, you must have to attempt these questions. You do not have or questions or the optional questions for these particular question numbers. Alright. So question number 1 and question number 5 are of compulsory nature. Out of the remaining 6 questions, 3 are to be attempted, selecting at least one question from each of the 2 sections, that is section A and section B. Now this paper is divided into section A and section B. 3 from section A and 3 from section B. 3 questions out of these 6 questions. But at least one question should come from the one section each, that is A and B section. Alright. The number of marks carried by the question are indicated against the particular question. That is, now neat sketches may be drawn whenever required. That is, it's a paper of botany optional. So there must have been some question in which the diagrams, well-labeled diagrams are required. So whenever there is a requirement of diagram, you should draw this accordingly. Then attempt of the question shall be counted in a sequential order. Now this is very important. The first 5 questions will be taken into consideration for the evaluation. So no matter after the 5 questions you have attempted some of the questions, these are not going to be evaluated. So you should carefully select which questions to answer and which questions to not. Alright. And the final instruction is answer must be written in English only. That is, there is only one language to answer this question paper, that is English only. Now let us consider the question number 1. As you can see, the question number 1 is split into 5 sub questions: A, B, C, D, and E. And here are the marks given to each question, that is 8 marks for each question, total making it to the 40 marks. So let us see the first sub question. Explain the role of bacterial cell wall in protecting against the lysis and how this role may be experimentally demonstrated. So this question is split into 2 sub questions. See, the first part carry the 5 marks and the second part carry the 3 marks. That is, for explaining the role of bacterial cell wall in protecting against the lysis, you will get the 5 marks. And then how this role may be experimentally demonstrated, to write down this, you will get the rest of 3 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. So you just have to explain the how bacterial cell wall is protecting the bacteria against the lysis and how it can be experimentally demonstrated to get these 8 marks. The second sub question is define mycoplasma and explain its structure, give its symptomatology and control measures of little leaf disease of brinjal. Now you can observe this question is split into the 4 parts, each carrying the 2 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. Now for defining the mycoplasma, you will get the 2 marks. Then if you explain the structure of mycoplasma, for this you will again get the 2 marks. And to explain the symptomatology, you will get the 2 marks. And for explaining the control measures, disease of brinjal, you will get the 2 marks. That is in total 8 marks. So you can see the question is very easy because it is about the mycoplasma, and one of our video has the complete answer for this question. Second thing you have to observe in this question, that how precisely UPSC splits the question into 2 marks. That is, they want the pinpoint knowledge from you in the answer. That is, they simply do not ask the question in which there is a requirement of much of the theory, but they ask the specific questions and the specific answers are expected from you. So while writing down the answer of these particular questions, you should remain specific about the answers. Okay. Writing more content or useless content in these questions will cost you some marks. So you should answer according to the questions, right? The third sub question is what are the cyanobacteria? Then write an account on their cell structure. How do they contribute to the soil fertility. As you know, the cyanobacteria are those bacteria which can photosynthesize, and some of them can be nitrogen fixers. So these nitrogen fixers bacteria accumulate lots of nitrogen which are available to the plants then. So they increase the soil fertility by enriching the soil by nitrogen, right? So quite an easy question. You just have to define what are the cyanobacteria, and for this you will get the 2 marks. Then you have to write down an account of their cell structure. For this you will get the 3 marks, and to explain how they increase the soil fertility, you will get the rest of 3 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. Now recently we have uploaded the many videos relating to the cyanobacteria, and nostoc is detailed explained on our channel. You can check out those videos so that you will complete answer of this question. All right. The fourth sub question is describe the yellows of male cone of pinus and add a note on germination of its pollen grain. So this question is again split into two parts. The first part carry the 5 marks and the second part carry the 3 marks. That is for describing the cone of pinus, you will get the 5 marks, and to add a note on germination of their pollen grains, you will get the 3 marks. Again, a very simple question, and every year the UPSC, either in a civil service mains examination or forest service mains examination, they ask about the male or female cones of the pinus or of the cycas. So these two topics are very important. You should prepare this topic in detail. All right. The last sub question is describe each of the following plasmids and their importance. That is, for explaining the F factor, you will get the 3 marks. For explaining the R factor, you will get the 3 marks. And for explaining the core plasmid, you will get the 2 marks. That is total 8 marks. So in this way, the very specific questions and the specific answers were expected in this particular first question. And by just observing the questions, you can clearly conclude that how the UPSC checks the knowledge of an candidate. Now let's move to the second question, which is divided into 3 parts, that is A, B, and C. The first sub question, explain the process of infection by the pathogenic fungi. That is, you have to write down the generalized answer in this case. That is, the pathogenic fungi, how they infect their host and what is the mechanism of their infection. And if you explain this, you will get the total of 15 marks. The second sub question asks, define the term, that is contagium vivum fluidum. Who coined this term, and differentiate between the tobacco mosaic virus from that of the T4 phage in terms of morphology and the nuclear content. You can again observe this question is divided into 4 sub questions. That is, the first part of the question, that is define the term contagium vivum fluidum, will give you the 3 marks. That is, for explaining this term, there is a 3 marks, and for writing down just a name, that who coined this term, you will get the 2 marks. Now this term contagium vivum fluidum is coined by the Martinus Bigerenic, and for writing down this name only, you will get the 2 marks. Okay. So in the third part, you have to differentiate between the tobacco mosaic virus and T4 phage, and for this you will get the 5 marks if you differentiate between their morphologies, and for differentiating between their nuclear content, you will again get the 5 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. So again, a very simple question. If you just go through the basics, you will find that there is a very easy method to create answer for these particular questions. The third sub question is differentiate a rust fungus from that of the smut fungus in their symptoms and the spore morphology. That is, you have to differentiate between the rust fungus and the smut fungus in relation to their symptom and the spore morphology. For explaining the symptom, you will get the 5 marks, and for explaining the spore morphology, you will get the rest of the 5 marks, making a total to the 10 marks. That is total of the 40 marks. The third sub question is again split into 3 parts, A, B, and C. The first sub question is give an account sporocarp of Marsilia and explain the laminar or leaf segment hypothesis of its evolution. So this question is split into 2 parts. The first part, in which we have to give the account of sporocarp of Marsilia. For this, you will get the 7 marks. And for explaining the laminar or leaf segment hypothesis of its evolution, you will get the 8 marks. That is total of 15 marks. The second sub question is differentiate between the enzymes and the toxin produced by the phytopathogenic microorganism. Write an account of industrial production of the penicillin. Again, this question is divided into 2 parts. First part carry the 6 marks and second carry the 9 marks. That is to differentiate between the enzyme and the toxins which are produced by the phytopathogens. You will get the 6 mark. And for writing down the account of industrial production of penicillin, you will get the rest of the 9 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. The third sub question is about the gnetales. It is considered as to be the most advanced among the gymnosperm substantiate. That is, the gnetales were considered as the most advanced gymnosperm, and you have to substantiate this statement, and for this you will get the 10 marks. Again, this question is carrying the 40 marks, right? Now the fourth question is again divided into three sub questions A, B, and C. The first question: what is an ohul, and describe the structure and its type. That is what is meant by the ohul, and you have to give the structure of ohul and the types of ohul. For writing down what is ohul, you will get the 2 marks. For describing its structure, you will get 4 marks, and for giving its types, you will get another 4 marks, making it total to the 10 marks. Right. So all content relating with this particular question is already uploaded on the Botany Optional channel. You can directly check the videos. Right. The second sub question: how would you differentiate between the early and late blight disease of the potato? Mention pathogens involved in the control measures practice. Right. So again, this question is differentiated into three parts. In first part, you have to differentiate between the early and late blight disease of the potato. For this, you will get the 9 marks. Then you just have to mention the pathogen which is involved in this disease. For this, you will get the 2 marks. And for writing down the control measures, you will get the 4 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. The third sub question: define mycorrhiza, differentiate between the ectomycorrhiza and the endomycorrhiza. Elaborate the significance of ectomycorrhiza in a coniferous forest programs. So, as we have discussed this topic in many of our videos, that the mycorrhiza is a symbiotic association between the roots of the higher plants plus the fungi. And this association can be ectomycorrhiza or endomycorrhiza depending upon whether the fungus is present inside or outside of the roots, right? For defining the mycorrhiza, you will get the 2 marks. For writing down the difference between the ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza, you will get the 4 marks. And for giving the significance of ectomycorrhiza in the coniferous forest program, you will get the 5 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. From the fifth question, the section B starts, and you must have remembered that the fifth question is the compulsory question. That is, you have to answer this question compulsorily. The first sub question is: give an account of the Bentham and Hooker system of classification. Now, in spite of so many latest classification, why do people prefer to use this system of classification? So this question is split into two parts. If in the first part, you have to give the account of Bentham and Hooker systems of classification. For this, you will get the 5 marks. And if you explain why, despite of the so many latest classification, why we are still using the Bentham and Hooker system of classification, you will get the 3 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. The second sub question is: how are the protoplasts isolated, and describe the methods of protoplast culture. Again, the question is divided into two sub questions. For first part, you will get the 4 marks, and second part, you will get again the 4 marks. So how protoplast is isolated, we have described in one of our videos. You can check this video. You have to describe the methods of the protoplast culture. For that, you will get, for this question, you will get the 8 marks in total. Now, in the third sub question, they have asked about by giving the suitable diagrams. Then describe the various types of endosperm based on the development. So again, this question is coming from our videos. You just have to define what is endosperm and have to draw the suitable diagrams. And if you give the types, you will get the whole 8 marks. So you can understand what is the level of these questions. If you are simply a graduate in a botany or say postgraduate in a botany, you can easily answer all these questions, right? The next sub question is: what is self-incompatibility, and discuss the importance in seed formation. So for writing down the self-incompatibility, you will get the 4 marks. And for writing down the seed formation, you will get the rest of 4 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. In the final sub question, you have to illustrate the floral characters of a Cucurbitaceae family. Then you have to give the floral diagram, and finally the floral formula. So this question is divided into three parts. For first part, that is for writing down the floral characters of the Cucurbitaceae family, you will get the 4 marks. For writing down, for drawing the floral diagram, you will get the 2 marks. And for writing down the floral formula only, you will get the rest of the 2 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. The sixth question is divided into three sub questions A, B, and C. The first sub question is: what is ethnobotany? Highlights its relevance to the rural population of India. So on our channel, we have a detailed video on the ethnobotany and its relevance with the rural population of the India. And for just writing down what is ethnobotany, you will get the 2 marks, and for rest answer, you will get the 8 marks, making it total to the 10 marks. Now, the next sub question is: differentiate among the differentiation, de-differentiation, and the redifferentiation. Each carrying the 5 marks, that is making it total to the 15 marks. These are very simple terms. If you have understand how the plant growth is occurring, there is a meristematic cells and how they got differentiated, and if they got de-differentiated, becoming again meristematic. Through these meristematic cells, again there is a formation of new cells by the differentiation. The process is called redifferentiation. For just writing down the definition of these three terms, you will get the 15 marks. So again, quite a comfortable answer can be given for this particular question, right? The next sub question is: what are the mycotoxins? That is, myco stands for fungus, and here the fungal toxins were asked. What are the fungal toxins, and how do the alpha toxins affect cattle, poultry, and human beings? That is, for writing down what is a mycotoxin, you will get the 3 marks. And what is the effect of alpha toxins on cattle. For this you will get the 4 marks. On poultry, for this you will get the 4 marks, and on human you will get the 4 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. The seventh question is divided into three sub questions A, B, and C. The first sub question is summarize the role of protoplast fusion in somatic hybridization. So it is an plant tissue culture question, and concept is detailed explained on our channel, so you can check the video to get the answer of this particular question. And for just writing down the protoplast fusion methods for the somatic hybridization, you will get the 10 marks. The next sub question is write the botanical names, families, and uses of the following. That is, if you write down the botanical name, you will get the 1 mark. If you write down the family, you will get the 1 mark. And if you write down the uses, you will get the 1 mark. That is 3 marks for each heading. So making it total to the 15 marks, right? So you have to write the botanical name of Asafoetida and its family name and its uses. For this you will get the 3 marks. Same you have to do for the black pepper, ginger, coriander, and fennel, right? Again, a very easy question to get the out of marks, right? The next sub question is enumerate the process of herbarium preparation. That is, you have to give the process of herbarium preparation, and for this you will get the 10 marks. Then you have to add the note on its significance. That is, what is the significance of creating the herbarium? For this you will get the 3 marks. And you have to mention any 2 Indian herbaria of the national importance, and for this you will get the 2 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. Now let's consider the final question, that is question number 8, which is split into 3 sub questions A, B, and C. Now the first sub question is illustrate the anatomy of C4 plants. That is, you have to give the anatomical features of C4 plants, and after that how they differ from the C3 plants. That is, what is the differentiating features, anatomical features of C4 plants which make them different from the C3 plants. A very detailed video of this we have on our channel. You can check this video. And again, for this simple question you will get the 15 marks. Then the second sub question is mention the botanical names, family of the plants yielding the following. For each product, give example of the 2 plants. That is, here is the product, and you have to give the botanical names with the family of these plants which yields this particular product. That is, narcotics, insecticides, dyes, timber, and fiber. And for all these, we have created the 5 videos in which you will get the 5 plants for each category. So don't miss on these videos. For this particular question, you will get the 15 marks. The final question is, how would you distinguish the anomalous secondary thickening from the normal secondary thickening, and describe the anomalous secondary thickening in the Dracena? So for explaining the anomalous secondary thickening, you will get the 5 marks, and for describing the anomalous secondary thickening in the Dracena, you will get the rest of 5 marks, making it total to the 10 marks. Now, by observing this paper, you can easily say that this is a very easy level questions for the any graduate or postgraduate in a botany student, right? You should take the botany as your optional subject, whether it is an IFoS or examination or Indian Civil Service Mains examination. In both the examination, the question paper is very, very easy. You can easily score the maximum marks in these particular papers. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please like the video. Please share this video with your friends who are studying the botany. And if you haven't subscribed to the Botany Optional channel yet, please subscribe to the Botany Optional channel for UPSC examination. Again, thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one.